Hi friends, this is Evelina, life coach for immigrants. Before we get going, this episode is for ladies. So if you are a male, you might want to skip this one, but stay if you like thinking about your future and possibilities, and overall, you want to grow and you want to make your life better. So ladies, I have a few questions for you. Think about this. What would change for you if you became a person that really loves and accepts herself? Who would you be if you were a woman who truly loves herself and knows how to do it? You know, we have this love yourself thing, right? Like love yourself. Love yourself, love yourself. Okay, but how? How are you supposed to know how? What does it exactly mean? What does that look like for you, right? So I'm going to talk to you about this. I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions, and I'm basically gonna describe what it's like to love yourself. What does that look like? You will get, by the time we're done here, you will get a picture. You'll get a clear picture. So first of all, if you had a deep, nurturing, and respectful relationship with yourself. So if your love was not just this kind of like a surface level feeling or a fleeting moment of positivity, but you had a solid foundation to build an amazing life on, right? So a foundation where you feel like your values are so crystal clear, then making any decision was a breeze, and you would make decisions that are good for you in the long run because you love yourself that much. And what if you knew how to practice this deep, radical self-acceptance? If you approached yourself with curiosity and understanding, and then when you'd make mistakes, you would acknowledge them, learn from them, and moved on without any guilt or shame. If that was just a standard, that's how you deal with yourself. Something happens and you're like, no big deal. What can I learn here? What did I do well? What didn't I do well? What do I want to do differently in the next situation that comes like this? What if this was just your standard of dealing with life? Where you're like, well, if I'm struggling, I'm gonna learn from the struggle because I don't want to just be struggling without gaining anything from it. And then what if you were to create and to respect your boundaries, right? Like if you knew exactly how to protect your inner peace and how to say no without feeling any guilt. If you were not people-pleasing any longer, but you had the foundation within you to know how to stand up for yourself and how to protect yourself from regret, from resentment, how to protect your relationships. What if you practice this like really deep, true self-compassion and you treated yourself with exactly the same kindness and understanding you would offer a close friend? Right? So you would be not berating yourself for making mistakes or encountering obstacles, but instead of that, you would hear your inner voice automatically say, it's okay, my love. It's okay. You are doing the best you can. This is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and that's exactly what we're doing here. You're doing good. I'm so proud of you. What if that was the first voice that comes to your mind when you mess something up? How amazing would that be? So what if you could forgive yourself for all the past mistakes, everything that didn't go well in the past? And so you wouldn't be holding on to shame or regret? And what if you were to look for the strength you have developed through all of your life struggles, all of it? Immigrant journey is an amazing opportunity to create incredible life for yourself, and you're doing it, but it comes with challenges, yeah? So what if you're looking for all of the strength and all of the skills that you have developed thanks to that struggle? And you would actually see and empower that warrior within you that already is there. But you would be like, okay, warrior, we're gonna actually spend time with you and give you the love and give you the appreciation. And at the same time, strengthen you even more. So you would walk away from the story of the victim, the story of the poor you, poor me. And you would walk on purpose into the warrior, the one that shows up no matter what. And what if taking care of yourself, like on a daily basis, was just a part of your routine? So you'd have some things that would be absolutely non-negotiable. And you would make time for exercise and eating nourishing foods that are good for you and getting enough sleep and engaging in all different kinds of activities that recharge you and make you feel stronger and energized. And what if you listened to your body when it needed rest? And you'd actually take time to relax, right? What if it wasn't that you fall back into your Netflix or your Facebook, but you would actually decide on purpose, this is how I'm gonna relax because I know that this is relaxing to me. This is me showing myself that I care, that I love me. And Netflix and Facebook are not part of that. What if you celebrated your big wins and small victories? And what if you just bought yourself flowers? Because you celebrate something, you put some effort forth and then you did it, and this is you celebrating you. What if you saw the effort that you make every single day and thank yourself for it every single day? Because there are parts of you that are craving thank you, that work so hard, show up so beautifully in this life with such a determination and grit, and they're waiting to be acknowledged. And what if you were acknowledging yourself and thanking yourself every day for the effort you put forth? That would be amazing, right? And so this means that you wouldn't wait for anyone to acknowledge your accomplishments, but you would take time to reflect on all of your successes, and you would give yourself credit where it was due. So you would acknowledge your efforts and give yourself permission to feel proud. You know, if it was like that, how much more motivation would you feel to keep on going? Keep on doing all these amazing things for yourself, for others. And then what if you were authentic and you were true to yourself and you lived in alignment with your soul, with your true desires, the deep desires? And if you didn't try to live life to please other people, but to please your soul, that bigger mission. And with that said, you would not be hiding any parts of you to fit in, right? Living authentically means that you would accept every single part of you, all the good and all the bad, all of it welcomed and loved and appreciated and seen. So another thing is like, what if you were okay being alone? Which means that you would not be seeking any validation or companionship from others, right? So in those moments when you are alone, you would actually love spending one-on-one time with yourself because you love yourself. And like enjoying it, like really actually enjoying it. So when you're alone, you can close your eyes, put your hand on your heart and meet yourself right in that spot, and without looking at phone, without looking at Facebook, without distracting yourself with something else. No, just spending time with yourself, so that your soul is seen by you. And the deep wisdom that is inside of your heart can be heard. With that, what would come is embracing all of your imperfections, right? So not judging yourself harshly when something doesn't go according to the plan, but instead approaching yourself with curiosity, with compassion, with deep understanding, looking like, okay, what did I do well? And where did I struggle? And how can I make it easier for myself next time? And then what if you surrounded yourself with people who actually love, support you, uplift you, respect you? And what if you created life where those are the people that would have the most access to you, the people that feel genuine, that they really care, and you can feel that they really care. And then everybody else would not have as much access to you because you decide on who is in that close circle and why. And what if you allowed yourself to feel and express your feelings in a healthy way? So, let's say that someone dies and you feel very sad, you're grieving. What if you knew how to feel that sadness on purpose and how to meet yourself in that struggle? What if you knew exactly what to do with that sadness? Most of us, we ignore ourselves in the struggle because it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Right? I'm trying to live my life. My heart is breaking in pieces, but I'm trying to live my life. And there is a part of you that gets rejected and ignored, the part of you that's really suffering. What if you knew exactly what to do and could go through life with this confidence, because you're like, well, if something bad happens, I know how to take care of myself in a very effective way. And what if you had this like really clear sense of direction? So if you set meaningful goals and worked toward them with passion and focus. And if you asked yourself, like on a regular basis, is this my life that is in alignment with my true desires? Am I living in alignment with my true desires? What is out of alignment? How can I shift back? What do I need to change? I got a lot of questions for you, don't I? But it's important because this is your life. And it will not change unless you do something about it. There's not a knight on a white horse that's gonna come and save you. You've got to be that for yourself. And how do we do this? How do we create a life that I'm describing where you're this important to yourself? It has to happen one step at a time. And we've got to take small steps, and we need to meet ourselves right where we are at. Many of the elements that I mentioned, right, like having that kind inner voice where you really are like a sweet, loving friend to yourself, and that inner critic just goes away completely. And then knowing how to address your emotions when you struggle, and believing in yourself on purpose, actually creating a whole bunch of routines that make you feel strong in your life, and knowing your self-worth, and knowing how to support yourself through anything, and being comfortable alone, and taking the time for yourself without feeling guilty, and knowing how to say no, even to those people that are very close to you. Knowing how to do that, how to set those boundaries. If there is any part of your soul that's like, I want this for me, I want you to know that all of it, everything I described, can be developed on purpose. Of course, it takes time, it takes effort. Some of these things take longer time to develop. Some of them you've already developed. They're already there, you're just not seeing it. But either way, we've got to start somewhere. And here is an opportunity for you. If you would like to, if you feel like this resonates with your soul, and your soul is calling you to even one element of what I just described, I want to invite you to join me in Self-Confidence Bootcamp. It's an online course for women. We're starting on January 11th. This is going to be a perfect container for you to either start this inner work or to strengthen some of the habits that you have already developed. There's no better place to be in. Like, if you want to build even one of those skills, this is a perfect container for you. You will be surrounded by other women, we'll be working together and developing exactly the same skills. So we're going to be facing the same struggles together. We will be helping each other, we'll be inspiring each other. We start on January 11th, so that you can have a beautiful new beginning to this new year, and 2025 will be different because you took charge. You chose to focus on the skills you already have to build an amazing life on them. You're going to learn to meet yourself with kindness, with understanding, with compassion, and start right today, right where you are at, in this spot where you are at. Not expecting yourself to be some perfect version of yourself. Meeting yourself with all of your imperfections, here, right in this spot. And loving on you right here. And here's the thing. If you are like, this is not the right time, I have too much going on, I'll do it next time. Later will be easier. Listen, my friend, it's not gonna be easier, because you will continue to be the person who does what you have been doing so far. So with those habits and belief strengthened, it will be actually harder to shift. Because if you continue to live exactly how you have been living from the belief point you have developed, what will be happening is that you will be continuing to strengthen your limitations, and they will have more power over you. So the easiest time to shift is now, not a year from now, when you have that much more practice in ignoring your needs and neglecting yourself and watching Netflix every night or mindlessly scrolling Facebook. If you had those skills to be the person I've described, you would already be her, right? You would already talk to yourself with this like deep love and understanding. And you would already know how to say no, and you would be experienced in setting boundaries and also in acknowledging all of your efforts on a daily basis and setting goals and being patient and consistent and determined. All of that would be just a part of who you are. And so if you're not there today, it's not gonna shift all by itself. We start on January 11th, so the 2025 will be way different because you took charge. Because you chose to focus on the skills you already have and develop new ones. And in the process, you will be meeting yourself with kindness, understanding, compassion, and developing a different relationship with yourself so that the quality of your whole life changes. Like literally, your life will get better. To sign up, look at the description of this podcast. That's where you will find the link to the page where you can sign up and pay. I know that there are many of you that want us to work with me one-on-one, but it has not been possible for you financially. So this is your chance. This is your chance to work with me at a way lower price point. I cannot wait to work with you and help you elevate your life. I'll talk to you next time.